Well, hello there movie fans, and welcome to this edition of Movies. Today I'm going to be reviewing a movie from 2024, and it's about the 40th President of the United States of America. The movie is called Reagan, and it's about Ronald Reagan. It's a biographical drama directed by Sean McNamara and based on a 2006 book called The Crusader Ronald Reagan and the Fall of Communism. Now, this movie stars Dennis Quaid playing Ronald Reagan, and we also have Penelope Ann Miller, Mina Suvari, Kevin Dillon and Jon Voight supporting. It tells you all about Ronald Reagan's backstory from when he was a kid right up until his death in 2004. Biopics are one of my favourite genres, so I was really looking forward to this. So here we go, and I won't be pulling any punches here. This is a sluggish movie, and for the first 40 or so minutes it's a tedious watch. It gets better after the slumbering early days in the story, but not much better. It stays floundering in a mess. All in all, this is probably a B movie. No, actually, maybe I'm wrong. It's a TV movie. It looks like it's made to be shown on TV. Let me tell you about the cinematography. There isn't any. It looks like a flat TV movie which was poorly edited. It's one of those, you know. Now, I have a real beef when people watch movies on their phones because they miss the spectacle of a wonderful scintillating vision on a large screen where the image improves the larger you go. This would not gain anything at all from a large screen. I think a phone would be just the same. It really is that uncinematic. All that said, the story's okay, with some of the history skimmed over a bit to make him look better. Although somewhat glossed over in places, I think if you are my sort of age and you grew up in that era, you won't learn anything new. I found it interesting that certain things like Ollie North and the Iran-Contra affair were briefly skimmed over in this movie. There was no real anger at what happened. It was like a side note to Reagan's story, as was the rest of the events portrayed here. There's simply no tension in any point in this movie. It just briefly shows events that occurred. And I don't think your political preference will make this film any better or worse. Republican or Democrat, it doesn't matter. There's not a lot here for any of you. Acting wise, it was so-so. Some of the characters are a bit wooden, to be honest, and lacking in emotion. Some even a bit hammy and corny. The directing was flat as a pancake, with absolutely no pace at any time throughout the whole movie. His whole history was told with a draggingly slow one-speed ambience. It seemed like no one on board with this project could be bothered. It was just going through the motions. Now, obviously, as you can tell, I was disappointed. This should have been much better. But if you just want to sit back and chill, you might like it. For me, it was lacking in every area possible. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it a whole lot. It is one way to lose 2 hours and 20 minutes of your life if you've got nothing better to do. Normally, I absolutely love biopics, but this was one big yawn. Sleepy viewing. It's like when you flick through the channels and you find a low budget B movie. That's the level that this is. Now, there's nothing wrong with a low budget B movie, by the way, but this had Dennis Quaid in it, and it's the history of an actor who became the President of the United States of America. So it should be better. And it gets your hopes up, and you should be so much better. There's quite a tale to be told here, and the opportunity has been missed and wasted, in my opinion. This is only educational if you're younger, and it may tell you a little bit about a man and his tale, even though it's not all factually true. It's a bit sugar-coated and shows little flaws of the man. It's like a homage to Reagan. It may be enjoyed by some, but I just thought it was a poor telling of a story. It's nowhere near the worst I've seen. It's just so disappointing and slow. I would give it a 4 out of 10. I'm possibly being generous with that as well. If it was a school report, it would be okay-ish, must do better, not showing its potential. So overall, this is an incredibly amateur attempt at telling what should have been a good story. So, thank you very much for watching this review. If you like what you heard and want more of the same, then it would be really great if you could subscribe to our channel. If you have your views on this movie, we'd love to hear from you. And please look out for more of our upcoming movie reviews. Or if you have a spare few minutes, check out our previous reviews. See you next time.